What's up, everybody? It's Hawkmed from Hawkmed Gaming. Here's some more out of ore. We got ourselves some wheels to spin today. Unlocked the next tier of equipment. So we need to spin and see what we get here. But first and foremost, let's see what issues we might come up with today. What do we have last time? Fuel shortage? I guess it was probably sitting there. Doesn't matter. Nothing. As long as we didn't have nothing last time. Oh God, I don't remember. Oh well, that's what we're gonna go with anyway. All right, and now a list of all the new equipment we finally get to start unlocking, which is why I wanted to get to this point quicker. DX900. So we got ourselves a dozer. And I need to randomize that wheel when I go and remove that one from it, so they're not all lined up together with the other ones. The last, yeah, definitely the last wheel we have is, looks like probably a no. Okay. Which is fine. I don't know what we are doing today anyway. So dozer was the first one. I'm not super worried about that. Just to kind of look at what our next kind of challenges to work towards is, we have to pave this road here. We have to pave the road to the coal plant, which means we have to build it. We have to build a cell phone tower on a mountain kind of close to town, but not like right next to the watchtower that's there. And then we have to build and pave a road to the cell tower. So this is definitely going to be a little bit more of a time, right? Because we have to get to asphalt. So therefore we have a lot of digging that we have to do. Technically we still have to create the road from the coal mine to our plant. We have to pave it. Or was I talking about paving? I don't remember. I'll have to look at it again. I closed it already, but so I think I was talking about paving from the town, pave that road. But now I'm not 100% because I never really had a requirement to pave or to build a road to the coal plant. I did that for a backup road. So that kind of tells me that originally I meant in town. Nah, we'll figure it out. All right, I'm just gonna take this back with me since I got it. Might as well get this back to our cut. Trying to think before I get too far away. I guess it's not a big deal. Get a little bit there. Yeah, I'm trying to just, I don't think there's anything I need at the store. I don't remember what those were for. Memory's bad. Bad memory. So we kind of got to do some digging. And the cut or the hopper's closed down, so that means we're gonna have to roll with the truck, which is fine. Slows us down a little bit, right? Obviously, but I don't think it's like one of those things like, we shouldn't even do it because it's going to take extra time. And I did unlock explosives as well. So yeah, so we got to get down to stone at some point. We got to at least find some. we have to build an asphalt plant still, like, you know, add on to this. We still have to build this up to what it's supposed to be and organized right. But yeah, we definitely got to get the asphalt plant in there. Oh my god, I'm gonna hit every one of these freaking things. We got to get the refinery out of there and in a more permanent location. And I think off the top of my head what else we have to do. I don't know, but that's enough of a list anyway. I just think just getting the stone might be long enough of a process. Okay, so you're refilled. What? I'm just gonna bring you right back down to here. We'll probably need you at some point, I'm guessing. I think we're gonna take this tree down. It just looks weird. Like we're going into like a mine pit we've slowly been digging out, and it's like got one random tree blocking it. All right, so let's grab this guy. Make sure it's fueled up. Let's go park it. Even though this being fueled up isn't as important because we'll be driving past it a lot. Refuel. All right. Get down here. So we got a little bit more of this shelf up here to do. Maybe we'll do some of that. We get this stuff here kind of dealt with. We got that little bit of shelf. Whoa. There. Remove. Feet right there. Look at that. Oh, I see you. And then we have a little bit more of that ramp. A little bit there. And then we have to go down one more level to here and then dig across all again. So maybe we'll do some digging and possibly move this guy today so it would be available for next time. We can't use it if we move it that day. In fact, let's plan on that. Let's just pick it up like that for now. Pick that up and that up. We'll probably just run it straight and then drop it just straight down into here. Kind of put it right in this area. I think might be the best play. So while I'm up here getting the loader, I'm gonna go grab some straight pieces, just if I have any. Feel like I do. And I gotta run the plan, turn that guy on to, yeah, there's, okay, I have a lot of stuff in here. Get rid of those, we don't need those. Oh, you guys full, isn't it? Yes. Power pylon. I don't know why we need 5,400. I think that might be a little too big. Keep all that, keep this, and straight 4, straight 6, straight. Oh yeah, we got a lot of pieces. And let's throw the power cables in here. I always forget the power cables. Scrap those. Grab an elevator too. Why not? Oh, you see this extra drone, and dang it, I didn't save it after I took a screenshot. I had one down on that end of town for screenshots and stuff. Because it was taking forever to drive that guy down there. And then I usually don't save. So that way nothing, like, changes if I move a vehicle a little bit for a picture or whatever, for a screenshot. So I need to deal with that. Oh. All right, you're refilled. Let me swing my joystick around here because that will be useful to us. Zoom in, switch our control around. And let's dig. Let's just dig away. I was going to turn the plan on, but I figure I'll just turn it on once I take this first load up there. Would have been sweet if we would have unlocked another truck, or even the loader. Not that the loader's that big of a deal, right? Because it's just going to fill this truck up a lot quicker. 1-2 scoops. They almost kind of need to be bought in tandem to really be useful. So I think regardless, when it comes up, definitely buy the loader for when you're using the hopper, and buy the truck for when we don't have the hopper available, but we need to do some digging here. Which is always, technically always have to. One. Unfortunately, this part does take a while. I gotta be careful not to hit that guy. Caused himself some problems there, I'm sure. Yeah, once that new equipment comes out, it could make this job a lot easier. That big frickin' spin-in bucket thing. We could clear a lot of dirt quick, I'm guessing. I don't want to just stop. All right, let's turn on the plant just so it stays running. Even though it don't take much to catch up with what we have going on with it. I think we already got coal over inside of here. Yeah. 2. Am I not hitting it? There we go. I think we're good. Not the prettiest looking wash plant that I've made, but But it does work, as far as I know. Still think it's missing some key parts in general. Like, if you're gonna be able to sort ore, we need to sort either the ore or the bars a lot better, more granular. Like, I want iron this way, I want aluminum this, you know, kind of thing. Because right now it's like, if I remember right, what we have to send iron and aluminum or steel and aluminum the same way, and no real way to split it off that I seen anyway. But definitely work in progress, so we'll see what happens. See what they got. A lot of stuff happening. It is amazing how much slower this is. Just with that truck, having to take the truck up to the plant. Hey. Definitely need to smooth this out a little bit more through here. The more bumps there are, the harder it is to try to get a nice straight clean line. Not that I'm known for straight clean lines here. Keeping stuff level, but you know, that's all right. Somehow we get by and we make it work. And honestly, even once we get to the bigger loaders and stuff like that, oh, this will speed up a little bit. Whoa. Yeah, what are we looking at? Is it 2? Or are we getting 3 scoops in this guy? I definitely got to figure out how I want to get down quicker. Kind of makes me wonder. What if I use a tunneler once I unlock it? I can get it close enough to the hopper and fill it up. What is it, like hold like 10 meters at a time? 10 meters squared or whatever, 10 cubic meters. I don't know what it's off of. And just back up to the hopper and empty it. Huh, I'm kind of curious. Wonder if that would go quicker. Drive forward, tunnel. I mean, say tunnel. We'll just obviously we're just gonna go down with it, layer it down. Back straight up, empty into the hopper, drive forward, rinse and repeat. I think it would work. But would it be quicker than using the loader into the hopper? This drives faster. The bucket holds more, I think. I'll have to look for sure. And all I got to do is, you know, if I park the truck decent, I just got to turn around like that and I'm good to go. obviously with tunneler, the further away I get, the longer it's going to take. I don't know, I'll have to think about that. I have to think about that. Yeah, like the time it takes me to empty this truck, I'd have what, probably 4, 5, 6 extra loads in it, into the taken out of this thing. Let's see here. I'm trying, like in my head, I'm like rolling through it, trying to picture it and stuff. I'd actually probably end up with like probably 10 to 20 extra loads with the hopper over the truck. Either way, I hope you're all having a good day. We're just gonna chill here. We're gonna do some digging. Dig in, do a little bit of hopper move, I think. Gotta really decide if, I mean, I may end up just putting it back for now. I don't know if I'm gonna get all this clear, you know, in this episode. Might not, actually. It'll be close. We'll see. We're about done over here. Yeah, I mean, we're not. I don't think we have a real chance here of getting all this cleared in a decent amount of time. That's all right. Worst case, we can set up the hopper. Actually, I don't know if I need to do it any different, because if we end up doing more digging next episode, if assuming we don't finish this, which I don't think we're going to, with using the truck. We put the hopper down, well, kind of where it was, but if I just build a little ramp right here, then I can scoop up down there and drop it off up here. Maybe we'll do that real quick. So I'll park over here. We'll drive the truck. God, these things turn so slow. Playing a lot of farming sim lately, and been doing some of the terraforming stuff with the equipment in there and whatnot as well. Looking at, you know, doing some mining. That little bit filled up my whole bucket. Let's go. What else have? Oh yeah, what? Gold Mining Simulator has a new expansion coming out, which is kind of crazy because I think they're working on 2. Yeah. So are they going to keep supporting both games, or is Gold Mine Simulator 2 like a lot further off than probably a lot of us were hoping? Definitely curious about that game. I think it's gonna be hopefully it's gonna be a decent game. I don't know if it's the same really as like Out of Ore, you know. And besides like, digging and stuff like that, but Gold Mining Simulator is gold mining where yes, there's gold in here, but like getting gold like means nothing to me in this game. Like it's not exciting at all, to get the gold. I'm just trying to get the materials that I know are here kind of thing. Like I don't consider this a gold mining game, and I don't believe the devs do either. It's just a heavy equipment sandbox game that happens to have some gold in it. But I don't even think there's like a real like if you dig pay dirt like this right here, you're gonna get gold. It's pay dirt, it's gonna give you something. So this is more just like a Tonka toy, play with big machine simulator more than a gold mining simulator. Which is fine. Definitely fine. Put this in there. Not quite full. Like I said, right now I'm just working on trying to build a little ramp here. Which I don't think I'm doing too slow on, but I don't think I'm doing the worst I've ever seen myself do. There's definitely still time for that to improve. Scripts. Yeah, so the worst case, if we have the hopper, we can just come down here and drive right up a little ramp, dump it, and back down and clear away. We may just take out one side until we clear up enough room to move it into another spot that'll serve us better. Am I even using my... Yeah, that's my little guy, little one over there. I just seen that sitting over there for a second, and I'm like, wait a minute, am I even using my big loader? But I'm pretty sure I am. How are you guys doing? Are you guys still playing a bunch out of Ore? Have you kind of slowed down a little bit, waiting for more updates? I know you see a lot of it, in like at Steam charts and stuff. You can kind of see, you're like, oh, yep, update must have came out, kind of thing. I feel like I'm seeing less people at the moment play, but I think that happens with all games. Especially games like this where they're kind of waiting for the next big update. You see it in like Farming Sim, you see it in other games like that. I think you see it even in Gold Mining Simulator, you know, new season. But yeah, from what I kind of see, I feel like a lot of people have kind of slowed down a little bit. I mean, and all out honest, if it wasn't for me doing videos on it for YouTube to record for you guys, I probably wouldn't be playing nearly as much at the moment. I probably would have taken a break from it. Just for this reason, just to get some updates and and smooth it out. I don't play it much beyond recording, because I don't wanna burn it out 100%. You know what I mean? So, which is why I've picked up playing a lot of Farming Sim lately, and all the other random stuff I play. Now that it's October, I don't do horror games really. I don't like them. I don't like jumping. I don't like not being in control and all that kind of thing. And jump scares, I freaking hate it. Not my favorite. But I'm gonna do it anyway because, you know, I see people play some of these games and they look like they're fun. I like the eeriness of them. So I'm gonna do some Hacktober videos where we'll do some horror games. Some I've seen, played part of, some I've maybe never seen. If you got any ideas or any thoughts for some fun, cool ones to play, let me know. You may not have any ideas if you're watching this. You may not be into that, but I have a feeling that the majority of people that play this also play other games as well. So I don't know what I even have planned up. I went through my library to see what I have, you know, between like random games I buy on sale that I'm like, oh, maybe I'll play that sometimes, or something on my wife's Steam library. She used to play some. Like Phasmophobia, I play a lot of that. I got whatever, however many hours, a couple hundred hours or whatever. But yes, that's a horror game, but not really. Like, I've seen some of the Fears to Fathom stuff. Those look kind of cool. A lot of the Chilla art is being recommended. I see. I think it's Chilla's art or Chilla art, something like that. I think I have My Friendly Neighbor, Order 13. I wanted to play that. Some cabin one where I gotta like look for like anomalies in a cabin in a factory or something like that. A lot of stuff just went on sale at the autumn Steam Fest, so I think once I hit this with the roller, that'll probably be pretty smooth out, or a decent enough ramp for me. Load this back up, then let's grab the roller. Let's roll that ramp up, make sure we're good. I know we should be digging up there, but I'm just planning on for the next episode, because we're not going to finish up there today, even if I would have stayed with the truck anyway. And I do have explosives on the wheel to unlock, so I might be able to get explosives, which one I need for the rock, right? I need to do black. I've never mined like rock here. I've been on a couple other people's maps where they blew it up, you know, blowing up the rock and stuff, but I've never hit it or anything like that on my maps where I needed it. So that'll be new. I'm pretty sure you just gotta Find rock and you put down the dynamite, it blows up, and you scoop up the crap, I recall. I think if I run rock or blasted rock to my plant right now, it should just end up as blasted rock, or yeah, it's blasted rock in my storage. I have to think in my head the layout, but yeah, I think that'll be about right. I don't know. Well, I guess I'll find out if once I ever hit there, if smelting rock makes anything. Well, I stopped at kind of where the compass is, almost like perfect, look like it's meant to be there. That was fun. All right, so just throw you there for now. Let's get up here. Roll up this ramp. Don't need to hop back into, what is it, Gold Hunter. Haven't been in it in years, just to kind of see where that game's at this point. I'm kind of curious. The one that I felt like had some pretty good potential, but I just don't know where they've taken it. Since I know I've seen like little red updates on them, like I think they went to Unreal 5 if I remember right, and then, you know, on top of the little library thing, they said there's been a ton of update, but I think they're like fixes more than updates. Like I said, I got it when it was on their website. It was worth the risk, and I think it was yeah, it was definitely before I even heard of this game. I don't even know how I found this game. It was something in like this. Don't know why my bucket's just emptying, but whatever. Empty away, buddy. Like I said, I always scour Steam trying to find new stuff or stuff that don't get played a lot. And then, you know, hope that a couple people want to see something on it. Or had at least videos going for it, you know. Not to mention, you know, by the time I get my hands on, you know, any kind of new game, if it's got any popularity to it, it's already been played in videos, or, you know, 100 videos out, you know, before it's even released. So I've always scoured for indie, even before I recorded, for little indie games and stuff that felt good. So eventually this one just popped up, or I was searching something, maybe. I feel like I was searching something and I seen the Outdoor title pop up, like, what's that? And I looked up and said, like, how have I never seen this? But I also might work on setting up something with Farming Sim and Terra Farms and see how where they're at along their road, because I remember 22 you could actually go gold mining. You know, they had wash plants and stuff like that. And I use Terra Farm now, which you'll see in an upcoming video for the community map that is up and officially running on a dedicated server. There's only, I think I only have like a few spots available now, but I'll up it as soon as I know. I just wasn't going to pay a bunch of money a month for, you know, right now there's 3 people. And that was fun because I have a video recorded that's going to get deleted here probably later after I open up the folder to go through this one and stuff. because let's see, I started the one video that had the co-op one, which was, you know, just a local save and kind of playing around. And then I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put this on dedicated. I'm just going to run a server so that way it can be up 24/7 and someone wants to, you know, whoever was playing, Paul or whoever else, you just hop in. So we did a map and found it out, went through it, and we played all weekend. Like I'm sitting there and playing like, you know, I probably should have been recording this, but I couldn't, like, didn't even think about it. I was just having a great time. Heavily modded, but something, I don't know if it was the map or a mod, something bugged out the animals so they wouldn't produce anymore. They wouldn't eat. And then our production stuff, you could stop seeing it. So yesterday I freaking went through and started all over again. And I think we had probably collectively, there was 2 other people in, 3 counting me. Probably 100 hours, if not more. But so I went through last night. I pulled out all the mods because I had mods that were mixed, right? Like some were from you could get in game, some you had to manually download, or I had a Google Drive with the files in it. I said, screw it. I got rid of anything external that's not in the game except for Terraform and Terraform machines. And then everything else is in game. So when you go on to go to the server, you got a pretty big download of, I don't know, 100 some mods, I think. But new map started, and nice thing, kind of a bonus is I get to record me starting out on it at least. So hopefully this one goes better. But yeah, I had a good time with that. And I think I'm going to continue having a good time with that. And hopefully you guys want to join. But we'll save that for the farming sim video. Kind of feel like I need to knock down this little hill too. Seems like it's just a little bit high. Come on. Yeah, this equipment feels very slow compared to like some of the loaders and stuff I was using it for. But I will say that again, I was playing it and I don't know, I think there was a couple other guys in there and it was like, this is the formula I want for this game. I mean, minus the crops, like, right? Take out the farming part, replace the out-of-ore mechanics, digging, this kind of level of digging, but add in everything else that farming sim has. The store, the shop, the cities, the towns, the maps, the co-op, you know, the farms / companies, the trucking, and I know we're getting all that. The looks, the graphics, which I'm assuming will show up a little bit more in Unreal 5. I was just sitting there and I'm like playing, I'm like, this is what I want. I think maybe it was I was hauling a dozer to my farm to level the ground. So again, not that I'm hating on Out of Ore. I love Out of Ore. I think Out of Ore is a great game, and I think I just feel like it's dated, and I feel like it's holding it back. But the models and stuff and the new production, all that I think looks really good. Most of the vehicles look really nice. Like a lot of stuff don't look bad. You know, we don't need realistic, like ray traced graphics because it's already, you know, with physics and stuff like that, it makes it hard enough to run, you know, smooth enough. I mean, It runs fine for me and a lot of people, but you throw that stuff in there. Unreal 5 already has its own problems, as we know. So that's the only thing that I'm like, that's the only reason I don't want to go to Unreal 5. But I guess what really gets it for me is the ground. And I understand it. You know, can't have a lot of foliage and stuff, which I know the new maps have it, and it works out pretty decent. But I don't know, the looks like the bumpy square ground, the textures maybe. I don't know what it is. The trees, it might be that it's so big that you can see so far away, right? And like the mountains look good, but you start looking at like the top of the mountain, it just looks like, you know, the grass mountains, grass looks bland, you know, it just, I don't know, something about it, something about the feel. It's almost like, you know, higher graphic vehicles. I'm not going to say next gen, obviously, but higher graphic vehicles inside of a PS2 world, kind of the feel. But I know, like I said, that all the physics, the moving, the digging dirt, the terraforming, all that kind of stuff is very taxing on a system. So you can only do so much without needing NASA supercomputer to play it, you know, even pull 30 frames. But at least that's the nice thing about this, you know, this isn't a game you need to pull 400 or 500 frames on. Like 60 is definitely plenty, and it'd be safe to say that 30 probably isn't even that terrible. But definitely 60. I don't need any more frames than 60. At least I've never really seen it. Kind of sitting in a funny way. I got like my knee up or my leg up for some reason. I got like a subwoofer down underneath my desk, and it like works for a perfect little like raise my foot in the air thing. And kind of got my joystick over here. It's awkward position. No, I was gonna start taking from over there, but I'll wait, because if we get the hopper next time, I'd rather be closer to the hopper than over here. But yeah, I don't know. That's in my mind, that's the kind of stuff that I'm like, wish it was like this. But there's a reason, right? There's a reason I'm playing the game and they're making the game. Because they know a lot more than me. They know what's working and what's not working. And they're not concerned about it either. So if they're not, I'm not. But I'm gonna guess there's probably not a game out there that anybody's played that hasn't gone, it was like this, you know. I wish it was a little different, or, you know. Like I said, we usually tend to point out the bad in most games over any good. And I'm guilty of it too. I do it a lot. Like in this one, I'm like, I wish this, but I don't say a whole lot about like, I'm happy this is in there. Besides, again, their controller mapping system, chef's kiss. One of my favorite ones I've seen in any kind of game like this. I'm sure it could use work somewhere behind the scenes and stuff like that, but it is, to me, I absolutely love it. It works. It's for every vehicle, like every type, so it makes it nice and easy. You have tons of options, like almost too many, but don't take any away. In fact, add some. Add manual or automatic shifting per vehicle. That'd be about the only thing that I could ask for, I think, on like the actual vehicle stuff. I said I'd like to be able to, you know, drive this manual, but drive this automatic, drive the dozer manual, and not have to like switch it back and forth all the time. If I did it, that'd be like my only thing. Say maybe if you're newer to the game, not sure, why would I want to drive it, or sequential, I guess technically. This one, just because it's most of the time, you know, flat ground, R1, R2, D1, D2, like it does a good job. But if you're going up hills and stuff, the rock trucks and stuff, usually you can drop down a gear and you'll go faster. You know, and the dozer, if it was on there, then, you know, if I can go keep it in first instead of shifting to second, or the grader even, they'll slow it down, which I think might help it operate a little bit better too. You know, the roller, I think is roller only 1 speed? But either way, sometimes you can do that, switch your gears and get more speed out of the truck hauling them up hills. All right, we have to get that hopper back down too. Debating, I think I'm just gonna put it right where it was. I think should work, right? I mean, ideally, I'd like it to be over a little bit more, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah, we got a lot of smoke. Here we are. I think we're doing good for this town, building it up, getting there some business and some new buildings, and actually just killing it off with our pollution. I was also thinking about that too. Like, I enjoy the building part, you know, like I like building in games and stuff like that. But I would honestly, again, gonna take it back to farm sim, because I feel like farm sim in this, you know, these farm sim and these kind of games are close to the same. It's just, you know, the same idea, just different industry that what you're doing. But I'd almost feel like maybe placeables or like modules would work really nice. So like you can place big warehouses or big buildings, or have modular building pieces that would allow you to kind of customize your own, but not have to lay every wall like individually, and the art would be like, you know, put together so they look nice once they're final. You know, garage sheds, barns like that. I think if they got rid of building and went with something like that, I think I'd be okay with that. And obviously, this isn't nothing that I've heard them say anything that they're doing. This is just me spitballing. But if you're modular, then you can still kind of build, you know, your own way. I mean, you keep the building system in as well if you wanted. But you can build it your own way. You can build it with the walls, but it probably make it look a lot nicer. You can have presets and placeables, like a big garage and a big building, stuff like that, for people that may not want to build all that, but they want a building, you know. So it kind of lets people that don't like building at all have something, you know, cool looking too on their lot, because there's people that don't like building, there's people that don't like digging. I think I've spent more time in farming sim either cutting trees or, as of late, running greenhouses than I have farm to field, to be honest with you. Definitely starting to scoop downhill here a little bit. Oh, no. Because we just do what we enjoy. Or we should be. You know, I'm just gonna dump this in here. It's a little full already, but we're gonna make sure she's topped all the way off. then let's try to get there without flipping her. Get this, but I don't know why it keeps. Have you noticed that? It just did it not that time, but the time before that, then the time before this, I got out and it was like put me like in the bed of the truck. It was weird. All right, let's throw this stuff up in the bar here. We don't need that. We might need that. We need the hopper. Up. We need, I think those ones we took out of there. Give me the shovel. Put another straight there, I guess. Kind of wonder. Where does that put us? Too low. I have another one of those down. Or ups, technically. I think I do, right? Up 4x4, maybe? This is... That might work there. Can we go down one more? I need to, oops, I need to make enough room so when I come up that hill, I'll be on a flat-ish surface. I think I brought a right with me today. Does it really matter? I don't think it does. I can just dump from the backside, I'm pretty sure. So in the long run, we didn't end up moving this. We just moved it. I mean, I guess we did move it. We didn't end up putting it down in that bottom part. We just ended up moving it over here. Which works, which is fine. This out a little bit. Fine if it's over the red frame. That ain't a big deal, but definitely shouldn't be rubbing the conveyor belt, you know? Over there. Now we can take this dirt and... I know this seems very counterintuitive. We're filling up the hole. We're adding dirt to the cut we're trying to clear out, but I need to make sure I can drive across this. like so. Yeah, and I think we'll just be able to dump over the backside. I think our loader will go high enough for that, so we'll be good there. All right. I think that's good enough. All right, let's get the rest of the stuff hooked up because I almost forgot about it, and that would have sucked. All right, so that's hooked back up. That's good to go. Just throwing a little elevator there. When I built that, I don't know why I didn't think about those a little bit better. All right, I'm trying to run, giant ramps. Conveyor ups up a big steep hill to get up there, and could have done it nice and compact, but whatever. Definitely a spaghetti hodgepodge of freaking conveyor belts just everywhere, and so we got that good. See, make sure, I should have checked it earlier, but let's make sure the plant's processing everything fine. Got some gold, silicon gold, got that stuff going. I don't think anything. Oh, I guess some stuff would have came over here. I did do a couple scoops. There's some steel rods and sheets and beams, which we might as well take those up and throw those in for more. I don't know what we need. We need floors, probably first and foremost, right? Need to make sure we have enough floors to get that kind of set. Sheet beams. Steel floor, 42, a whole 42 of them. Those in there. Those are staying in there. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. I mean, we're slowly growing. I mean, it looks a lot bigger up here. I mean, we got a giant red conveyor going across, which just adds depth, which makes it look like it's a lot more than it is. But I mean, all this added a lot to it. And even the extra refinery just added up down there, but we have to find a new place for that. Which we will. We will. Somewhere close. We might have some coal or something right up there. I'm sure coal seems to be pretty decent to find. I want it somewhere close because we're going to have to pipe it into the asphalt plant. At least with the coal, we can dig down, I think, right? It just has to be on coal. Unlike the water pump that can't touch dirt. Let me know. But yeah. All right, we're going to call it there. We did some digging, got some done. It doesn't move as fast without the hopper. Let me know what you guys think. Should we just get rid of the whole spin to use the hopper and just use it all the time for progression and speed? Or would you guys rather me keep spinning and, kind of slowing down progress on the episodes or whatever, not digging as much? Whatever you think, it don't matter to me either way. But let me know what you guys think, if you have a preference. And like I said, I already said I'll adjust the rules as needed. Like I said, it's not like it's hardcore or anything. It's just something to kind of work towards. But let me know what you think about that. If you liked the video, hit that like button for me. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, if you do that, we're slowly starting to get up there a little bit again, which is awesome. It feels cool. I think last I looked, what are we at? We're like around 40, 30 or 40 away, something like that. I think 40 away from the goal of 500, which is my first milestone for YouTube. And so far, done good, just over a year and like about 13 months. And I feel like it's gone pretty well. And that's because of you guys and all the support you've given me so far, and watching the videos and hitting those likes and leaving comments below, even if it's a comment or an emoji, all that, any kind of interaction helps. And let me know what I can do better, if anything. I'm still learning and trying to get better for you guys. So thanks again. Hope you have a wonderful night, evening, and morning, and hope to see you next video. Bye.